This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
And good morning, 6 o'clock now on this Wednesday morning.
I'm Stephanie Webb. It is 6 o'clock on this morning. Lots of big news to get to this morning. The big story still this morning, that Amtrak train derailment in Washington state. So many new details are coming out about this that killed at least 3 people on its inaugural voyage while injuring more than 100 others.
The train would have been going as fast as 80 miles an hour. Maggie Rulli now joins us live from the crash site in Tacoma. Maggie?
Good morning. Just behind me, that is where the train jumped off the tracks, crashing directly onto cars traveling on this highway below. Authorities here are now desperately searching to find out exactly what went wrong.
An early morning commute interrupted by chaos.
Amtrak 501. Emergency.
Amtrak train 501 had just left Seattle and was heading towards Portland. The NTSB says preliminary findings from the data recorder show the train was traveling at 80 miles per hour near the curve, where the speed should have been reduced to 30 miles per hour.
They're requesting all possible units. There's bodies on the freeway.
13 of its cars careened off both sides of the overpass, crashing directly onto Interstate 5 below.
Oh my God, that train is derailed.
My car just started shaking like really badly.
Daniel Konzelman and his girlfriend were on their way to work when they saw the derailment. He rushed in to help.
People were in shock, and a lot of them initially, when they got out of the train, they just went and they sat down with their heads, with their faces in the palm of their hands.
The crash happened on a new line for Amtrak, this train carrying its first paying customers. Just last month in the nearby town of Lakewood, Mayor Don Anderson warned about the possibility of a crash.
Come back when there is that accident, because this project was never needed and endangers our citizens.
A federal report following a 2015 Amtrak derailment noted a culture of safety lapses at Amtrak.
So this positive train control idea is something that was mandated by law long ago, but Amtrak has been very slow to implement it.
Crews have been out here working through the night and in this freezing rain. One officer told me that when he first got to the scene, he could not believe what he saw, that it almost looked unreal, like someone had just taken toy train cars and tossed them around. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, DuPont, Washington. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Maggie. Now we have some local traffic news for you.
That's right. Overnight, an accident has now blocked all northbound lanes on I-75 near exit 193. Our Marla Spence is live on the scene. Marla, what do you see out there today?
Good morning to you, Stephanie and Ray. Out here, there are several law enforcement agents out here, as well as cars lined up and backed up this morning on I-75 near mile marker 193. Now, I'm going to give you a look at what I'm seeing this morning. As you can see, those cars right there are lined up because of this accident, this deadly accident this morning. Now, we're being told that police have been out here since about 2 o'clock this morning investigating this deadly accident. Right now, we're unsure how many cars are involved in this accident. We do see a fire truck out here, EMS, and also the Sarasota Sheriff's Office out here investigating. But so far, what we know is that this is a deadly accident out here on I-75 northbound near mile marker 193. We will continue to work on getting some more information to bring you the latest. And also, what we do know, if you're thinking about traveling in this area, traffic is being diverted near the Jacaranda Boulevard exit. So if you need to get into work this morning, you're looking to commute on I-75 northbound, just to let you know that traffic is being diverted, and we're not too sure how much longer this investigation will be. We will continue to work to bring you the latest. Back to you guys.
All right, let's just hold that shot a second there. That's exit 193. So if you're watching in Northport right now or Punta Gorda, you're getting off at 193, and that's about a 5-mile hike from Jacaranda out to 41, rather, past Venice Road and Center Road. So take 41, because right now, as Marla just told us, 75 northbound closed due to a fatal crash overnight right there in South County.
All right, thanks, Marla. We'll have more continuing as the morning updates. Now, today is the last day if you want your packages to make it by Christmas. We're going to take a look at traffic first, though, just jumping in a little bit. Marla Spence is live. She's had everything that we need to know about this accident, but there is some traffic bumps here and there a little bit looking throughout the county.
Yeah, 301 northbound right now, some blips on the road as you get past State Road 70 toward downtown Braden, also up by the mall, by the Ellington Mall. Some slowdowns there already this morning. 301 northbound as you head toward Newtown. Also, the rest of the county pretty clear. And once again, that South County map will reveal a big purple line, meaning the interstate is closed at 193. So please avoid that red box and also avoid 75 as you head northbound. Take 41, and we will keep you posted here at ABC 7.
All right, time now to head over to First Alert meteorologist John Scalzi with a look at your foggy forecast this morning. What's going on out there, John?
It is a little bit. It really does depend on where you are as to whether or not you're in the fog or not. In these large-scale fog advisories that are issued, not every place is going to get the fog. The conditions are primed, though, for visibilities of less than a quarter mile to appear in some places. And fog, as you know, it kind of breathes in and out, so it may appear in one location and then kind of fade away and appear in another location almost simultaneously. So just allow yourself that extra time and keep in the back of your mind that as you're heading down that roadway, it could come up on you pretty quickly. Dense fog advisory until 9 a.m. Then we'll see some sunshine. Right now, quarter-mile visibility in Punta Gorda, and those areas that you see in yellow are satellite indications that we could see some denser fog in those locations, especially around Arcadia. We're seeing some heavier fog. Temperatures generally holding in the mid-60s, warmer than average because of all that moisture in the air. We'll top it out today at about a 80-degree mark, well above average. We'll have the forecast for the week ahead, including Christmas, coming up in just a few.
Thanks, John. House Republicans are hoping to designate billions of dollars for disaster relief, $81 billion to be exact. They made their proposal yesterday. The move comes after a devastating hurricane season and now the California wildfires that continue to ravage that area. The White House asked for $44 billion in relief funds recently, but Republicans from Texas and Florida pressed for more. Both chambers of Congress have to approve a spending bill by the end of the week to avoid a government shutdown. The disaster aid package would also send money to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands as well.
Puerto Rico's governor has ordered a review of how many people died on the island from Hurricane Maria. Maria struck the island as a Category 4 hurricane in September, causing billions of dollars in damage and severely damaging Puerto Rico's energy grid. Puerto Rico's official Maria death toll is 64, but a CNN investigation revealed the number could be much higher, in fact, up to 7 times that number after questioning funeral homes across the island. The toll of this year's devastating hurricane season didn't only impact humans.
That's right. Major natural disasters can drastically increase the number of animals that need your help. For example, the ASPCA says during Hurricane Katrina in 2005, an estimated 250,000 dogs and cats were displaced or died. A number of animal rescue groups went in after Harvey, Irma, and Maria to get those animals to safer places and to better homes. And with the number of affected animals this year, shelter and foster communities all over the country hope to match them with new homes quickly.
And the holiday seasons are often just a lot of fun and bonding, and why not pass that along to a pet and start that new relationship with your pet during the holidays?
24 cats and dogs affected by Hurricane Maria came right here to the Suncoast through Nate's Honor Animal Rescue. A lot have been adopted, but there are still out there that need a good home.
6:08 right now. On to other news. First daughter Ivanka Trump making the rounds in schools across the country. Yesterday, she talked to some students in Connecticut about the STEM education concept. She spoke about the importance of career education, something she's pushing at more and more schools around the country.
A mother of 3 children are dead following a house fire caused by a menorah. New York Fire Department responded to the fire early yesterday morning. Now, the father was able to escape successfully, but then ran back inside when he realized that some of his children didn't make it out. He and 2 teenage sons are in critical condition. 2 other children are in stable condition. The father was severely burned while risking his life to try and save his family.
He was able to get out off the 2nd floor. He was severely burned. He tried to get back in to save the rest of his family, the ones that he didn't already save. We believe he acted very courageously.
5 firefighters who arrived in less than 3 minutes were also injured. Authorities warned people to keep a close eye on candles and open flames during the holiday season.
Meantime, fires have now consumed 270,000 acres in Southern California, and firefighters are trying to make peace with the fact they'll be working through the Christmas season. The so-called Thomas Fire has been raging now for 3 weeks. They say they can't stop thinking about the more than 700 families who won't have homes to go home to this Christmas.
We sign up for as firefighters. It's the comings and goings of public safety. Sometimes we're home, sometimes we're not.
Right now, some 1,000 firefighters from nearly a dozen states are battling these fires. So far, firefighting costs have surpassed $130 million, and more than 100,000 people have been forced from their homes. And as of yesterday, it's only about 45% contained.
Yeah, a lot of firefighters there are also being exhausted too. A lot of the fires have them trekking up hills and really exhausting a lot of the resources.
Yeah, tough terrain, John.
It is. Good news is the Santa Ana winds will die down for the next couple of days.
That's
so
good.
They may get a chance to, set some back lines.
Yes, that will
hopefully
help.
get a little more control of that fire. We hope so. Across our region, some dense fog in places. Otherwise, it's going to be another beautiful day on the Suncoast. Talk about it in a sec.
Also, more on the interstate being closed northbound right now at 193 Jacaranda. We'll have details of that fatal accident in our first alert traffic report. And also a family in Venice fighting their homeowners association about their pet pig.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Christmas Tradition by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
Make your holiday season extraordinary with a visit to your local Alfa Romeo dealer. Experience affordable Italian-crafted luxury and world-class performance, like our 2018 Giulia, just announced as the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. MSRP starting at $37,995. Or drive home in the 2018 Stelvio SUV. MSRP starting at just $41,995. Premium comfort and excellent handling, even in the most challenging conditions. Now's the time to shift into season and reward yourself this holiday. Come in and see us today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Like yesterday, we'll call it a first alert weather morning only because we have a dense fog advisory up till 9 a.m. for the entire viewing area. Now, not everyone gets that dense fog. In some locations, you'll say, what dense fog? In other places, you're already socked in. And the thing is, if you travel from one location to another on your morning commute, you may come across this fog in very short order, and it could come up on you very quickly. So A watch for that this morning during your morning commute. Allow some extra time perhaps and ease up on that gas pedal, of course, if you encounter the fog and use your low beam headlights. Otherwise, some visibility is already down, but Sarasota coming in at 5 miles. But look, down here in Punta Gorda, we've got a quarter-mile visibility. And these areas of bright orange indicate areas of reduced visibility. So you can see how kind of patchy it is across the region. But still, it is out there. We look for 65 degrees in Fort Myers, 67 in Tampa, 67 in Gainesville, Jacksonville at 71, 67 in Tallahassee. These are warm temperatures for us at this time of year, and the reason is all that moisture that's in the air, the low-level moisture that's going to help support fog over the next several days, I think. 61 in Arcadia, 63 in Mayaca, Parrish, or rather Northport coming in at 60, Parrish at 64, so is Bradenton, and then Venice comes in at 65. No rain currently across the region, the state of Florida pretty dry. We do have some scattered showers back to the west. That's all associated with the frontal boundary that kind of meanders all the way back toward Texas. Little area of low pressure will develop there, and that will eventually work its way closer to the deep south toward Atlanta tomorrow, spreading showers there. But this morning and through the afternoon, I think the Atlanta airport, the Raleigh-Durham airport, the Charlotte airport, our airport hubs look like they'll be just fine. The frontal boundary that's approaching will eventually just fall apart. That won't be a big deal. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, provides rain-free skies, lots of sunshine, and warmer than average temperatures. Now, if you look at the temperatures across the nation, there certainly is some colder air locked up to the north and back to the west, really frigid air. The jet stream is going to keep all of this well to the north for the next several days, but by Christmas, a front may work its way through, and that front may lower our temperatures to more seasonable values for a couple of days. But the colder air will remain locked well to the north. There's that front I mentioned approaching by Thursday or so, but that's really not going to work its way through or bring us rain showers. Northwest wind at about 5 knots makes for beautiful boating weather. And the week ahead looks toasty with daytime highs up near the 80 mark and a chance of fog each and every day, chance of showers on Christmas Day, and will lower the temperatures a smidge. Back to you guys.
Got some big traffic news this morning, folks. First off, let's handle Manatee County. A little slowdown there on 64 westbound as you head toward Holmes Beach. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. A little farther south, you'll see all clear right now in the upper half of Sarasota County. But here is the big news of the day. The interstate is closed northbound as you head toward what? We're going to lose that red box. Lose 193 Jacaranda. That's where it is closed. There was a fatal accident overnight, and traffic is being taken off at Jacaranda and rerouted about 3, 4, 5 miles west toward 41. So be aware of that slowdown. If you're watching right now in Northport or farther south in Punta Gorda, be aware northbound 75 is closed at exit 193.
All right. A Venice family continues to fight to keep their pet pig. The homeowners association where they live is telling them that they cannot keep the animal, saying that the pig is not considered a pet. ABC's Rick Adams has more from the Woodmere Lakes neighborhood in Venice.
Well, this little fellow is causing quite a big discussion. It's a debate over whether Hamilton here is considered a swine or a common household pet. This purebred miniature pot-bellied pig named Hamilton has been part of the McDowell's lives since August of 2016. Now they are fighting to keep their pet pig home where they say he belongs.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, our family he's our pet. He's been in our family for 1.5 years now. Our kids are attached to him.
McDowell says the HOA at Woodmere Lakes told the family they can't keep Hamilton as a pet because it's against their rules and regulations. This, she says, after more than 1 year of them knowing about their pet pig. Sarasota County's ordinance does allow residents to have miniature pot-bellied pigs as pets.
A couple gentlemen on the board were saying he's swine. We're not allowed to have swine. And I said, well, he's, regularly considered a common household pet.
In information we had received from Sarasota County, they say the code says that purebred miniature pot-bellied pigs are not considered farm animals when they are not kept or raised for food or product and would therefore be viewed as a domestic animal. The county does not get involved in homeowner restrictions. McDowell says Hamilton is an amazing pet for her, her husband, and their 4 children.
He snuggles with you on the couch. If I'm cooking in the kitchen, he's nudging at my legs trying to get fed snacks. He's a great responsibility for the kids. They're super smart. He knows quite a few tricks.
A board member tells us they can't comment on the situation because their attorney is handling everything. A message left for the property management company overseeing the Woodmere Lakes development was not returned. This is something Carrie McDowell says they will keep fighting.
I put out a petition, and I put exactly the wording that's in our HOA restrictions. Like, I'm not hiding it from anybody, what it says. And then I put out the Sarasota County ordinance, and it's been shared, and there's over 2,000 signatures on our petition already.
And Carrie McDowell and her family are hopeful they can come up with a win-win situation where everybody's happy, including Hamilton. Reporting from Venice, I'm Rick Adams, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Sounds like a Hallmark movie almost.
It does, right? The Venice pig.
Yeah, doesn't bark at all. It's quiet.
No, it's very quiet.
Still ahead in Good Morning Suncoast. We're learning more about the arrest of Sarah Palin's son.
What the former vice presidential candidate had to say about her son's actions right after this.
Minnesota Flooring and the Boys and Girls Club came together with the community to open a creative space for kids. Thank you to everyone in our community dedicated to helping our children brighten their future.
If high performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA has recently warned about an increased risk of leg and foot amputations associated with the use of certain diabetic medications such as Invokana and Invokamet. If you or a loved one took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation, ketoacidosis, kidney failure, or even death, call the Rely On group now. We are here to help you get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-355-8205. That's 800-355-8205.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
Welcome back. It is 6:24, and we're learning more about the arrest of Sarah Palin's son. Now, Track Palin allegedly attacked his own father during an argument, and Sarah called police. ABC's Lindsay Davis has the latest.
In this morning's GMA First Look, police describe a chaotic scene at the family home of the former governor of Alaska and 2008 vice presidential nominee Sarah Palin. Palin's 28-year-old son, Track, an Army veteran, arrested in Wasilla, Alaska Saturday night on assault and burglary charges. According to court documents obtained by ABC News, Sarah Palin called police just after 8:30 p.m., saying her son was freaking out and was on some type of medication. Charging documents state Track Palin went to the house to confront his father, Todd, to get his truck, but his father told him not to come in. Todd told police he went to the door with a pistol to protect his family. That's when, according to the affidavit, Track broke a window and went into the house, got his father on the ground, and began hitting him on the head. We'll have much more on Palin's arrest coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Lindsay Davis, ABC News, New York.
I'm Joy Bauer, and as a nutritionist, I know probiotics can often help. Try Digestive Advantage. It's tougher than your stomach's harsh environment, so it survives 100 times better than the leading probiotic. Get the Digestive Advantage.
I am totally blind. And Non-24 can make me show up too early or too late, or make me feel like I'm not really there. Talk to your doctor and call 844-234-2424.
At Zales, we believe a diamond kind of love is all about that look. Right there. Shop the Zales Season to Sparkle sale to save on dazzling holiday gifts. Zales, the diamond store.
Hey guys, where are the cookies for the bake sale?
Bake sale?
Need to bake in a hurry? Use new Country Crock Buttery Sticks with sunflower oil. There's no softening required, so baking is delicious and easy.
Ooh, cookies.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC 7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The savings are bigger than ever during the Big Finish event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection of America's favorite vehicles? Come take a drive and see why Jeep Grand Cherokee is the most awarded SUV of all time. Or for impressive off-road performance with a little bit of Suncoast style, shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the GOP tax plan goes to a vote today. We'll tell you what the results could mean to you and your paycheck.
Plus, fatal accident and interstate northbound closed at exit 193 in Venice right now. We'll have a live report from the scene.
And the report is in on the police response to Orlando's Pulse nightclub shooting last year. We'll tell you what they found. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back, or thanks for joining us. It is 6:30. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. Indeed, a busy day on the roads right now. 193 is closed. A live report next. But first, let's get to that weather. And John, there is some fog out there right now.
There is. It is patchy, but in some locations it is definitely reducing visibility to about a quarter mile or less. So take that into consideration as you can start your morning commute. If you live in one of those fog-prone areas and you know who you are, you might want to allow yourself some extra time, particularly in inland areas, Hardy, DeSoto, Arcadia. You want to just allow a little extra time. That fog advisory is up through 9 a.m. this morning, and you can see how patchy it is. Those darker orange colors, that's where the fog is a little bit thicker, and we do have some reports of half-mile or less visibilities currently. We have temperatures across the region generally about where we were yesterday. Cooper, our youngest weather watcher in central Sarasota, reports 64. Richard in Northport, 60. And Becky in Old Mayaca coming in at 54. Our forecast planner for the day shows temperatures climbing to about the 80-degree mark as we head into the 2 o'clock hour or thereabouts, and then kind of drifting off slowly thereafter. Complete forecast details coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Of course, Manatee County, the usual slowdowns at 301 northbound. Otherwise, not much there. Upper half of Sarasota County, they'll slow down on Clark Road, westbound around McIntosh. But the big story here is the third and final map. We'll take you now to an overview of what it looks like there on our maps. I-75 at Jacaranda is closed due to a fatal crash overnight. We'll have a live report coming up.
That's right. Just as Ray said, an accident has blocked all northbound lanes on 193. Our Marla Spence is now live on the scene. Marla, what's it look like out there now?
Ray and Stephanie, I'm live on I-75 near the northbound lane, and this is where 3 agencies are investigating a deadly accident this morning. Now, the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, as well as the Florida Highway Patrol and the Sarasota County Fire Department are all out here since about 2 o'clock this morning investigating this deadly accident. Now, I do see a tanker truck out parked on the side of the road. I'm not too sure if that vehicle is a part of that deadly accident. That's something that we're working to confirm this morning. So the traffic is actually backed up. We're being told by a viewer that stopped by my location. He told us that the traffic seems to be blocked all the way down to River Road this morning. So for those looking to get into work, you could expect some traffic delays this morning. And all of that traffic from River Road on up I-75 northbound is being directed off of Jacaranda Boulevard this morning. But so far, what we do know is that a deadly accident has occurred in this area. And this is where several law enforcement agencies are working to find out what exactly happened in this accident. Guys, I will continue to work on bringing you the latest in this deadly accident. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Marla. Talk to you again soon. Again, 193 is closed, so right now, US 41 at Jacaranda, very busy, I'm sure. Folks are taking westbound to 41, the north there. You can take Venice Avenue or Center Road to avoid that big 41 Jacaranda intersection. We'll keep you posted with updates every few minutes here on ABC 7.
That's right. And for more on this morning's accident, your traffic, weather, plus the latest in breaking news, check out our ABC 7 app. You guys can find it in the App Store under WWSB or My Suncoast. If you have an Android, you are going to get the new apps update automatically. You'll be all set right there. All right, topping our news this half hour, the GOP tax plan, one of the biggest proposed changes to tax codes in over 30 years, heads to a vote today.
ABC's Arlette Sines has details from Capitol Hill.
President Trump is ready to push the GOP tax plan over the finish line.
It will be the biggest tax cut and tax reform in the history of our country.
But on Capitol Hill, protesters urged lawmakers to say no.
This is what democracy looks like.
So who exactly benefits and who loses out? The bill is a boon for big business. It permanently slashes the corporate tax rate from 35% to 21%. For the wealthy, the top tax rate is lowered from more than 39% to 37%. Republicans insist the tax plan is aimed at the middle class.
If people are out there working for a living and they feel more money in their pocket, they're going to like the tax cut.
But the individual tax cuts expire after 8 years. And a new analysis found in a decade, 70% of middle-income Americans would see a tax hike, while 76% of the wealthiest would receive a tax cut. And that year, the wealthiest 1% would reap 83% of the benefits.
That's just cherry picking the numbers. We've just finished 8 years of Washington spending your money. Let's try 8 years of you spending your money.
Those living in states with high property and income taxes, like New York, could also lose out. The bill caps state and local property and income tax write-offs at $10,000.
Nothing good, especially from the Republicans. People who voted for Trump are very disappointed.
The bill also repeals the Obamacare mandate requiring all Americans buy insurance. That could lead to 13 million more Americans uninsured. As of right now, no Republican senators oppose the bill, and only a small group of House moderate Republicans are expected to vote no. The bill could be on the president's desk by the end of the week. Arlette Saenz, ABC News, Washington.
Also on Capitol Hill, President Trump's district court nominee has withdrawn his nomination. Watch this.
Have you ever tried a jury trial?
I have not.
Civil?
No.
Criminal?
No.
Bench?
No.
State or federal court?
I have not. You get the idea. This exchange between Matthew Peterson and Senator John Kennedy is going viral. Peterson struggled to answer some basic questions. We did some digging. He was named to the Federal Election Commission in 2008. Before that, he was chief counsel to a Senate committee. President Trump has accepted Peterson's decision to withdraw his nomination.
The latest member of Congress to be accused of sexual misconduct is stepping down. Federal Appeals County Judge Alex Kozinski turned in his resignation yesterday. He said in a statement that a battle over the accusations would not be good for the judiciary. He retired effective immediately. The move coming after 15 women formally accused him of groping them, making lewd comments, and showing them pornography.
Senate investigators are now expanding their Russia meddling probe to include 2016 Green Party candidate Jill Stein. She attended the same gala for a Russian state TV broadcaster in 2015 that former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn took part in as well. Stein said earlier this year she was there to try to convince Russia to stop bombing Syria. A grand jury is now meeting to consider filing charges in the death of a Florida State University fraternity pledge. Yesterday, they interviewed Florida State administrators and those who were at the party with Andrew Coffey, who died after attending the off-campus gala. Coffey was a junior and a pledge at Phi Kappa Phi. He died in November after he was found unresponsive after that party. Florida State quickly responded by indefinitely suspending its fraternities and its sororities.
These young men are all nervous. They've never been through anything like this before, so it's, on one hand nerve-wracking because they're worried about themselves. On the other hand, their friend died, so they hear about a very somber event, and they're rightfully sad by the whole situation.
FSU's president was the first to testify in front of a Leon County grand jury investigating the death of the FSU student, Coffey. Among the possible charges the grand jury could consider, one attorney said, are hazing as well as manslaughter.
A Florida teenager accused of killing his grandmother pled not guilty in court yesterday. Police say 15-year-old Logan Mott shot and stabbed his grandmother, Christina French, to death last month. He then allegedly buried her body in his yard, stole her car, drove to the Canadian border, where he was captured. Authorities say a bloody knife was found in the car, along with guns that police say were stolen from the teen's father's home. Mott stands charged with second-degree murder, meaning authorities don't believe the killing was premeditated. He's set for a pretrial hearing in January. The teen will remain behind bars at the same facility where his father works as a corrections officer.
A federal report says the response of Orlando police and other agencies likely saved lives during the Pulse nightclub mass shooting last year. The Department of Justice released a review yesterday of the mass shooting. Based on interviews of several law enforcement officers, the report says the Orlando Police Department's response was appropriate and consistent with national guidelines and best practices. The report also called for additional training, noting that many responding officers were psychologically unprepared to process the aftermath of a mass shooting. California could be facing another drought. Forecasters are predicting another bone-dry winter there. Climate experts say Southern California should have had about 3 inches of rain by now, but that is not the case. In fact, after 5 consecutive years of drought, the dry season is becoming the norm in that state.
In the last 10 months in downtown Los Angeles, we've had less than an inch of rain. It's been one of the driest 10 months in Southern California history.
He says normally the state's wettest months are January through March, so there still is indeed hope. We'd be remiss not to mention 270,000 acres of land scorched right now by those wildfires.
Yeah, these bad wildfire seasons have been well predicted by the climate scientists for about a decade now.
Yeah.
One interesting thing, though, a little tidbit here, is that NASA has now some very sophisticated satellites that can determine height above ground level very accurately. And they found that because of the droughts in California, the Sierra Mountains have gotten taller.
Oh, really?
Yes, because there's no weight of water holding them back down, you know, in the crevices and such, that they've actually grown an inch.
Very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, something for your water cooler this morning.
Yes, there you go. Repeat that trivia from John Scalzi.
There you go. A little bit of fog out there this morning, followed by some sunshine. Talk about it in a sec.
That's right. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. The latest in your first alert traffic, including that fatal accident on 75.
Yeah, right now you want to avoid northbound at 193. Also coming up, holiday stress tends to impact women the most. A doctor shows us how to keep holiday stress off your list this year when we come back.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
If high-performance art is what you're into, look no further than Sunset Fiat of Sarasota. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability. Or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. No matter what your passion is, there's a Fiat for everyone. Prices starting as low as $13,999 during the Big Finish event. Going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful dawn breaking here on the Suncoast. Looking out with our tower cam high above our studios at 10th Street and Lemon Avenue. You can see some pretty nice colors out there this morning, reflecting off some low-hanging clouds. You also notice in the distance a little bit of a mist. That's because there is some fog, particularly in inland areas, and a dense fog advisory is up across the region. We're looking at that dense fog advisory in effect till 9 a.m. this morning, after which time I think we'll see a lot more sunshine around after these low-hanging clouds kind of dissipate as well. We'll see our temperatures begin to rise. But currently, you may encounter some locations that see some patches of denser fog. It's not going to be a widespread problem for everybody, but it is in some locations. Punta Gorda coming in at 3/4 mile visibility. In other places inland, you might even see some 1/4 mile visibility. Allow for that, especially if you're commuting from inland locations. Otherwise, temperatures generally in the mid-60s everywhere, well above average, and no rain is falling across the Suncoast. You look to the north, though, and again, there are some spotty showers riding along a stalled frontal boundary, which has been kind of persistent here over the last several days. It'll still hang there over the next several days as well as it eventually just washes away and allows for another area of low pressure out of Texas to advance. With its cold front developing, it too will tend to wash away before ever making it to the state of Florida. Eventually, though, a cold dome of air sinking southward, producing some snow showers along the northern tier and maybe a quick hit of snow for parts of the down east Maine regions of our country, will bring a cold front into our neck of the woods by Christmas Day. You'll see that reflected in the extended range forecast. But no worries. It's not going to be a Christmas of 89. You won't see any snow on the ground in Florida. That was a particularly rough Christmas. I remember that. High pressure, the dominant weather feature across the peninsula, provides us with sunshine today and pleasant conditions. You will notice some warm, sunny afternoon skies for the next probably 7 days. You'll notice warmer than average temperatures and rain-free skies for probably 6 days. Christmas Day, there is a slight chance of a little shower sprinkle as the front kind of moves through, and then a little bit of a dip in our temperatures. Right now, the coldest weather is located certainly along the northern tier, dipping back down into the west. But long-range computer forecast models do show that some of this cold air will break loose and eventually move toward the east. So it's going to be a very chilly Christmas in the northeast. Now, some of that cold air actually sinks far enough south that we could see some nighttime lows in the 50s or 40s as we get closer to New Year's Day. But daytime highs should rebound into the 60s and 70s. Not too terribly bad. Northwest wind at about 5 knots in the forecast for the 7 days ahead. Call for nice weather. Daytime highs up near 80 with that chance of showers and a front passage on Monday, Christmas Day. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Checking first alert traffic right now. That's the big story. First off, let's handle Manatee County first, though. A little build-up southbound on 301 as you cross over State Road 70. Otherwise, pretty clear in Manatee County. The upper half of Sarasota County shows some buildup on Bee Ridge, westbound on either side of the interstate, and also Clark Road eastbound. But here is the big story, folks, as you wake up this morning. It is the northbound 75 area at Jacaranda 193. A fatal crash overnight, and the throughway remains closed right now. Traffic's being taken off at 193 northbound and diverted toward US 41. That is several miles west. Probably quite a mess there right now as well. We'll have a live update in about 5-10 minutes right here on Good Morning Suncoast.
In this hour's Health Smart, tackling holiday stress. Doctors say that one of the best ways to stop stress in its tracks is to carve out time for sleep. The holiday season makes it easy for us to get out of our normal healthy habits, which can make us feel even more exhausted and more stressed out. Instead of focusing on the hustle and the bustle, chill out a little bit. Remember why you're doing it and why it brings you joy, and also take a nap.
All of us tend to sacrifice sleep for everything else, and that's especially true around the holidays, and it's especially what I consider harmful around the holidays because we tend to drink more and we tend to need sleep even more for recovery.
The doctor also recommends scheduling some time for yourself around the holidays, even if it's just one day a week or maybe one afternoon. He says taking some time to refresh your brain and your body will leave you better equipped to deal with any of the stress that the holidays may bring.
All right, on to entertainment news now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the presidents of the United States of America.
A Donald Trump robot will make its debut at Disney World's Hall of Presidents today. President Trump recorded remarks for the Hall of Presidents, just as each sitting president has done for the attraction since the early 1990s. 6:50 right now, still ahead, your top local news headlines, and
this little boy turned down an Xbox this Christmas. What he asked his grandma to give him instead is right after this.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
This holiday season, share the greatest gift of all, peace of mind. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with EyeSight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $219 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Season's greetings from ABC 7 News at 7.
All right, it is 6:53. Want to take a look at your first alert traffic, starting first in Manasota County. Not a too bad of a commute in there. Heading into Sarasota, it's not too bad. Just the usual slowdowns right there, Palmetto, Ellington. If we're heading into northern Sarasota County, just some slowdowns there on 45 and a little bit on Bee Ridge Road. But the big story that we're talking about today in traffic is this big one on 75.
Yeah, 75 northbound is closed right now at exit 193. A fatal crash overnight. Marla Spence is on the scene. Marla, can you hear us okay out there?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Right now I'm on I-75. I'm on the southbound ramp, but as you can see right across from me is the northbound ramp where 3 agencies are investigating a deadly shooting. Now I'm going to zoom in to let you see what I'm seeing this morning. Now I'm currently seeing FHP and also law enforcement cleaning up the scene this morning. It looks like that's the fire department. What I also see is a white pickup truck. Now I'm not too sure if this pickup truck is involved. I also see a tanker truck right down here. We're also not too sure if this tanker truck is involved with that deadly accident, but this is some information that we're working on confirming this morning. Now, as you all know, the traffic is backed up from this deadly accident since about 2 o'clock this morning. And all of that traffic is being directed off of the Jacaranda Boulevard exit this morning. Now, those cars are making their way through, but it is a long line of those cars going all the way down to River Road. That is where that traffic is backed up this morning, and coming all the way up to Jacaranda Boulevard. We are continuing to work on the latest to see what the cause of this accident was, and also how many cars exactly was involved in this accident. Back to you guys.
I'm trying to get the idea there. It looks like traffic is being allowed back on after the off-ramp there. I see cars coming back from right to left there.
It looks like it a little bit, but they are saying, like, if you want to avoid that area completely, take 41. Just kind of avoid that area altogether. Keep that traffic down in that area.
All right, quick weather word, John?
Well, we do have some patchy fog out there, particularly in inland locations. Hardy and DeSoto most likely will see some reduced visibilities. Otherwise, expect to see that fog lifting and a beautiful sunny day in store.
It is gorgeous out there. Thanks so much for tuning in with us this morning. You can find more online as well. Check out the app and mysuncoast.com. Good Morning America is up next.